Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on primes and composites, part 2. This lesson is a continuation of the previous video. More examples will aim to help with further understanding. Example 1. How many prime numbers are there? Answer. Now this is a very basic answer, but mathematicians have very complex answers to these questions, but here's a very basic little answer. It's sort of more like common sense. The number of prime numbers is infinite. That means there are many of them and we actually don't know how many. Mathematicians tell us that if you write down any prime number, it can be shown that there is a larger prime number which exists. So basically, the number of prime numbers is infinite, and mathematicians do have a proof for it, but it's very complex. Example 2. How many composite numbers are there? Now here is another answer which is basically common sense. It is a proof of sorts, and it also is very basic, but let's see when we go through it what it's actually telling us. So the question was, how many composite numbers are there? The number of composite numbers is infinite. Again, very large, we don't know how many. We can prove this as follows. Now that's a pretty strong word here, prove. Well, let's see if it does come out, or it's not actually a proof, but very good common sense. If you think that you have listed the greatest composite number, then that number is either odd or even, because we saw earlier that composite numbers can be odd or even. So if you reckon that you have the largest composite number possible, it has to be odd or even. If it is odd, then the next number is even, so that number must be composite. But if the number you listed is even, just add 2 and you will obtain the next even number, which must be composite. So if you do either of those things, you can see that if you reckon you've got the largest composite number, well, you haven't, because there's another one above it. Example 3. Write true or false. All prime numbers are odd numbers. Now that's false. The first prime number is 2, and that is even. Example 4. Write true or false. All composite numbers are even numbers. That's false. The number 9 is composite, and it is odd. And there are many other composite numbers that are odd. For example, 15, 21, 35, there are plenty of them. Example 5. Which of the following is prime? Answer. 2 is prime because it has only 2 different factors. The others have more than 2 different factors. So 9, 15 and 21, they are composite. Example 6. What is the first prime number after 23? This is a little bit tricky because actually the answer is 29, so it's quite a way away from 23, because 24, 25, 26, 27 and 28, they're all composite, so the first one's 29. Example 7. Is 35 prime or composite? Answer. 35 is composite because its factors are 1, 5, 7 and 35. Example 8. Can a composite number be divided by a prime number? The answer is yes. Here are 2 examples. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 12 is composite. That's prime. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. Now here's a composite number divided by a prime to give you 5. So the answer is yes. Example 9. Find 2 prime numbers that you can add together to make a perfect square number. Well, 5 and 11, they are prime. You add those together to give you 16, which is 4 times 4. And that's a square number. Can you find any other 2? Yes, 2 plus 7, that gives you 9, which is the same as 3 times 3, because 3 threes are 9, a square number.